On March 27, 2022, actor Will Smith walked on stage at the Oscars and slapped comedian Chris Rock. The New York Post article says Rock made a bald joke about Will Smith's wife, Jada Smith, who openly discussed her struggles with alopecia. Now, alopecia is not deadly. It just prevents the person's ability to regrow their hair. Would you have done the same thing as Will Smith? Is what he did morally excused because he loves her? The world seems to be taking itself way too seriously. For a good amount of time, people even looked down on Chris Rock for the joke and saw Will Smith as a true victim. While many believe that some topics are no laughing matter, I think it's a detriment to our evolution that we do not make active efforts to teach people how to laugh at themselves. Without humor, we are hypersensitive creatures, prone to bad things like violence. With a world so divided on topics such as abortion, immigration, and politics, it's easy to fall into an angry spirit and forget to enjoy the pleasures and privileges we actually have. Today I am going to talk about how humor provides strength and positivity during dangerous situations, why it's hard for people to tap into their sense of humor, and how finding humor in our lives can improve our mental and physical health. On May 3rd, 2022, comedian Dave Chappelle was attacked on stage during his show at the Hollywood Bowl. The attacker was upset at a joke made poking fun at the LGBTQ+ community. The suspect was armed with a replica gun that could discharge a knife. According to an article on vulture.com, while everyone was shocked and worried, especially the audience, there was one person who was calm and collected: the performer, Dave Chappelle. The comedian quickly moved out the way while the person tackled him and proceeded to make jokes. The jokes that he made showed that he was accepting of the truth of the situation, whilst also able to release the tension in the audience. He continued the show while the attacker was being apprehended on stage, which means the person that was attacking him still had the knife in his hand, was only 10 feet away from him on stage, and he was still making jokes. Calm. That is one situation of humor being used to provide strength and positivity in a dangerous situation. Now let's look at an event with bigger stakes: the Afghanistan War. An event that lasted 20 years and caused many tragic deaths on both sides. Death, fear, and suffering were experienced by everyone on foreign soil. What's interesting is Jennifer Fleury, an associate professor of geography at the University of Boulder, Colorado, who studied humor amidst adversity and was in Afghanistan in 2006, and writing about her discoveries. The university wrote an article on her statements, saying that during her research, Fleury said, "Laughter there is not the exception, but rather a daily expression of resilience and the sublime complexities of everyday life." See, humor connects people, but it also provides an endless amount of energy to feed off when you are forced to live in highly dangerous environments. But what if someone doesn't have a sense of humor? Now, it's possible that one is not able to produce or conjure up the ability to sense humor. For example, a person who has social anxiety will have difficulty letting jokes out or even understanding them when a joke is being made towards them. The person isn't comfortable around strangers or friends and fears being ridiculed or judged. Another factor why one might have a hard time sensing humor is stress. The pressures, responsibilities, and weight of life might make it hard for their brain to think of anything humorous or identify anything funny that'll bring their spirits up, let alone anyone else's. WittyCompanion.com had an article called "Why Do Some People Not Have a Sense of Humor?" that states stress can highly affect your sense of humor and your overall mood too, especially if you are under a lot of pressure, which can also affect your social intelligence. Nonetheless, there's still hope. If you see someone down and out, maybe not receiving any of your jokes, take into consideration that they may be stressed out or have social anxiety. And keep trying, because there are undeniable positives to our physical and mental health gained from humor. Now, we all come from different cultures and upbringings. Our genetics and environments during childhood play a part into how comfortable we are being goofy or respond joyfully to the humorous events in our day-to-day life. Whether you're stressed, antisocial, or just flat out believe that there's nothing funny out there, humor in our lives bring upsides to our health, and they are necessary. In a June 15, 2017 article, author David DeSalvo states that laughter has an anti-inflammatory effect that protects blood vessels and heart muscles from the damaging effects of cardiovascular diseases. Now, I think I can speak for everyone and say that a better heart is something I think that we all need and we all want. Helpguard.com says that more than just a respite from sadness and pain, laughter gives you the courage and strength to find new sources of meaning and hope. Laughter doesn't have to be gained in the highest of standards. You don't have to spend $1 million to find it. Famous utilitarian John Mill believes in higher pleasures, but I do not, especially when it comes to laughter. Find anything that makes you laugh. Take all the laughter you can steal before you rob yourself of better health. Now, laughter is truly the best medicine in the world, and it is also the cheapest. Hell, it's free. Humor is necessary for survival and coping with everything. Every week we hear about children doing things that are filled with hate. And more than anything, those kids need a place and an environment where they could freely talk about their feelings. And humor allows that. Because even if they're making a joke, if we're humorous back, there's an opening there where they can talk and they feel safe because laughter was shared. And that's a deep connection. It is okay to feel anger. But without humor, we are doomed to act on that anger. Now, it seems that we have truly taken ourselves too seriously with violence and hate crimes happening on the daily. People just have repressed anger that they want to let out. We allow, and it's natural and important that we allow people to keep their sense of humor about things. Not as a survival mechanism, if anything. Sometimes we don't have times to get to those kids and stop them from feeling and acting on that anger. But we should be allowed to let out our pain through humor. A society more open to humor is a strong one. This ability to see things for what they truly are and be able to laugh about it builds resilience. Now, today I have talked to you about humor, how it is effective in bringing positive attitudes in dangerous environments, how some people struggle with their ability to sense it, and how humor brings positive change to our mental and physical health. Thank you.